Welcome everyone. So welcome to this Campus to Corporate guide, which we have created exclusively for all of you. Good evening. And we are happy that you are very much excited to join this session and to start your career journey ahead. So we'll be starting this session now. So please be comfortable for next 1 hour because we will be going to do this session in a very interactive manner. And so that you are going to, I hope that you are going to find out a specific goal at the end of the session for yourself. And you also know that how this next 5 weeks will transform you in this journey. So welcome on board, everyone. So let us start with one first single question. How to make it to the real world? We are saying that every one of you are finding out jobs in the industry. You have done your MBA, you have done your graduation from a very prominent college in India and in the domain that you always wanted to explore. But the question mark is that the thing that you always wanted to explore? That is the thing we are going to question, and then finalize for ourselves in this session. So how to make it in the real world means in the industry that where you are going to work upon. So in this session, you are not only going to find out the career, but the niche that you should be working upon. So in this corporate campus to corporate journey, which has been designed for next 5 weeks for you, in that you will find a niche. So it is not only a something that you wanted, something job that you wanted. It is not only that. It is a niche that you will be finding out. Now I want to ask all of you a question. Do you understand what niche is? Okay. So one of the student, Venkat, has raised a hand. So Venkat, if you have any questions, all of you can type it in the chat. I'll answer all of your queries. So if you can type in the chat for why you have raised your hand. So my question is that do you understand what niche is? So if you have any query, please type in chat. Okay, so most of you have answered no. Okay, native place where you live. No, Suroj, it is not a place, position, suitable career. Okay, you are somewhere around, but it is still vague. Venkat, we have stopped audio for everyone. I mean, do you want to speak or you are not able to hear? To seek career. Okay. It is somewhere there. So I hope, Venkat, you are able to hear me properly. Okay, I'll come to, at the end of the session, you will understand what niche is. All of you are saying to seek career. Yes, where Shelley has said it is a particular field. Yes, it is somewhere a particular field. Yeah. Okay. So that is what I feel that all of you have a vague idea of what is niche is, or some of you don't even know what niche is. So we are going to work upon that. And at the end of entire program, I'm sure you will find your own niche. Okay. So this is not just a campus to corporate program. That is what I want to understand, you guys to understand the importance of this program for every one of you. Now, how to access this program? So you see, this program your journey will be look like this for next 5 weeks. Every Tuesday and Wednesday, there will be a session taken by an industry expert. And I hope this entire program agenda you have already received from your mentor and a guide. So this will be your entire agenda where you will learn the design thinking and innovation approach to create your career journey. How you can yourself make a brand in the industry. The communication skills, public speaking skills, and effective interview preparation. And one term that we are not mostly aware, which is e-portfolio and creating our own career playbook. Okay. So how you should do is, you should now, from tomorrow, you will receive your username and password. So today's session is happening on Zoom. From tomorrow onwards, you will all have a dashboard for yourself. What you need to do to access your dashboard, I'm writing in chat. You also will receive a message tomorrow, which will have your own username and password and these links. So you can go to this link, enter your username and password, which you will receive by tomorrow, and start logging in and attend few further sessions and also the content that we have created for you. If you are on Android, you also can go into Android app, or you also can download an iOS app and log in using your username and password. Okay. Did you guys understand that how to log in? I mean, you can go into this browser based login, or you can through Android or iOS. You can go there, download the app, you will receive your username and password, and you will be able to log in. I hope you have understood this process. Great. Great. Okay. Now coming to the question. What is your main priority? Right now, this is a question from my end. What is your main priority right now? Upfront priority, immediate priority that all of you have with respect to your career. Can you please type in chat? That can be a single word answer that you can give immediately. What is your upfront priority? For example, find a job to earn money. Yes, that is upfront answer everyone would have, to earn money. Or maybe to get a good job. Great. Money. Yes. Enhancement, professional knowledge, experience. Okay. Get a promotion. Learn and to earn money. High package job. Okay. Good job. Okay, now I have a question. Like all of you said that you have a priority, mostly have said to earn money and to get a high package job, to get a good promotion, career in front end designing. Now I want to understand one skill that you have, and the skill that you can give it to the world. I mean, if nothing exists, so how that skill can help and create an impact for everyone. So that one skill, one word skill, can you mention your one word skill in the chat, all of you? For example, if you are communication, okay, if you are very good at something, for example, that can be a psychological behavior. You are a very good, okay, problem solving, communication. Yes. Analytical thinking, okay, proper pitch, okay. Okay. Now my question is, are you working in the same domain, or are you finding a job in the same domain? Okay. Okay. Now, okay, some of have said yes working, some have said not working, but not as an authority person. Okay. Now tell me one thing. Do others know that this is your main skill? You are working in this, but do others know that this is your main skill? Maybe. Yes. No. Some people know. Yes. No. This is where we need to work upon. Now, my question is, first, few have said that we want to earn money. Honestly, in my past experiences, money will flow in abundance if you work upon things that you really love. It is not that your passion or maybe your hobby. No, one skill that you are very, very good at. You might not good at right now, but you can become good, but you have to be that much good on that skill that you are actually creating an impact yourself. And when you create even a single impact, that exactly is visible for everyone. Once it is visible, you become a one who people finds, not the one who find by yourself. You are not a finder anymore. You are an owner of that skill. So now if you are saying that I want a job just because my priority is that I want to earn money, this is a mistake that we do generally in our careers. Okay, so now that the priority you have to create for yourself is to find that one skill. No matter what your age is, no matter what your profession is, no matter what your level is, you have to find that one skill. You have to be very good at. This is the second point. Third is, once you are good at it, it should be visible. If it is not visible, it means you are not good at it. Understand, once you are good at it, its impact will be available in the world. Now there are also other ways how to show this impact. Once it is visible, people want you. You are become an owner, not a finder. So your journey should not be from a campus to corporate. This is again a dilemma. Your journey should be from a finder to an owner. Okay, I'm not talking about something to create, something to be founder of something. No, founder to owner is a different journey altogether, which we will talk about, and that is a niche. So when you are good at something, this is your niche, and at time there can be 100 people in same niche, because there are million of people who need people like that. So it is not a space where there is a competition, because you are already good at, and there are many people who need this kind of people. Okay, now here is where we need to establish goals. Now you see, when you said that I want a job to earn money, this is a survival currency. You should understand the 4 currencies. Okay, you should understand these 4 currencies and should imbibe in your world. Survival currency. When you say that I want to earn a money, I want to find a job to earn money, that is a survival currency, and that survival currency can be lost any time. That can be lost. That's a hard truth we should understand. That can be lost. Second is a social currency. When you say that people know you, but for what reason people know you? What kind of a value that you have? What kind of a brand building that you have created for people around you? It can be even immediate friends that know you. Okay, you are good at this. Yeah, I need you for this. It is not the world where people don't need others. People need others for jobs, for their skills, for to become better, anything. There are many jobs, I'm sure. In fact, you would not know, but there is a 80% job gap just because of this niche gap. Because what industry needs and what you know, there's a huge difference, because you are still a finder, you are not owner of that. So that gap you have to cover up. That cannot be covered with the thought process of a survival currency. If again you will go by survival currency, you will not be able to survive, because that's just a survival currency, because that's temporary. When you move from survival currency to social currency, you know that people know you for something. And niche currency is wherein you know yourself that I am good at it. Then is a value system currency. Because once you have a niche currency for you, you create your own value systems. Those value systems are the values which you reflect. You do not reflect it by your niche. You reflect it through your value systems. For example, now, can all of you in 2 single words can explain yourself in your profession? For example, can you explain I am a psychologist? Like you said, you are very good at communication. But have you found out a profession where communication lies? There are multiple skills at a time which have been used, but 2 single liner statement for yourself. Can you define yourself in 2 single statement? Hardworking accountant. Hardworking is an adjective. Accountant is one you can say. But in accountancy, for example, one of you have mentioned hardworking accountant, but in accountancy, in today's world, there are many other future career options, which is, for example, related to analytics. Have you explored accountancy to that deep level that you have gone toward analytics? For example, when you love to work, it becomes a play, you enjoy it. So then when you develop skills, but this good at certain skill is an unpleasant process, then how to achieve the niche? Yes, this is a very important question because it's an unpleasant process. This always will be an unpleasant process. That is true. Quality specialist in construction, that's good. You are a quality specialist. Then you should have your numbers ready. How many companies in which you have done, not even companies, in processes in which you have improved the quality and what impact it had. Did this, for example, one of you have mentioned quality specialists, did it have a business revenue percentage change? When you said you are a quality specialist, risk taker. Okay, if you are a risk taker, did you guide people and entrepreneurs to create your own path to take risk? Disciplined and risk manager. Okay, if you are a risk manager, did you help a company to change and to do something which helped them in mitigating risks? Or not even company, I would say, did you help a friend to mitigate that risk? Or did you do anyone other know that you are a risk manager? Now see, for example, if you have done a marketing management, okay, let's take a very typical example. Now, during your MBA in marketing, did you become an influencer? Did you create few hacks which can attract user for yourself even, not even for a company? The term which we call as a growth hacker. Did you go towards growth hacking? Did you go towards becoming an influencer? A very typical example. Did you try using Instagram not to just scroll up and see the reels, but to actually create a single one post that has created an impact? Now coming to HR profession. If you have done MBA in HR, did you become a people manager? Did you help anyone with your psychology skills? Now, if you've done an MBA marketing in energy management, have you thought of a sustainability ecosystems? Have you created a sustainable ecosystem in around you? So I guide all of you, get out of this zone of a survival currency. We get into first a social currency, be comfortable with that. Then become a niche currency. Because if you want something, if you are good at something, you automatically change things around you. Okay, so you are the first one to feel that change. Are you feeling that change? That's the single statement that you have to ask yourself. Don't run behind things, please. Okay, because world will change continuously. There will be more and more job coming, and there are many jobs already available in the industry. Yeah. So there is one way, there is a one simple way initially to start with. There is a one link that I'm sharing it in the chat. This is about a 16 personality test. This is being very researched process that generally we have a 16 different personalities. And out of these 16 personalities, you generally are good at around 4 to 5 personality. Okay, so this is a good test. I'm not saying that this is a perfect test, but it's a good test to identify a little bit about yourself. Okay, so I'm sharing that link. You can click on the link. You can take the test later on, not right away. You can take that test later on. Now the other ways to find out that. Okay, everyone would say do meditation. Everyone would say that do something good for others. You will find that you can do that in your profession as well. Just make a very smart decision making. You have to learn to create do a smart decision making. One thing that I have learned in my entire life, when you read a lot of books, you eventually find yourself. Because reading is one skill that we generally take for granted. Why this is the case? When you read, you automatically create a thought process in your minds. And you understand by your own behavior. Some books you won't want to read, some books you want to read. Then eventually you find your niche. So one thing is the way to take a few personality tests. Another is every time have a smart decision making. Now someone has asked how to take good decision. No decision is good or bad, honestly. Some of your decision will be good. Some of your decision might not work for you. But have you taken a smart decision? Smart decision in the sense, were you very mindful about this? Are you taking that decision? Because it's impactful. Yes, yes. Are you taking a decision? Somewhere, for example, now you see that I want to go for this job. A typical example. And you have applied to 50 companies. When you are applying to 50 companies just because you want a job, that's not a smart decision. That can be good or bad. That can give you a very 3 good high profile jobs, but that's not a good decision or a bad decision. And it's not a smart decision, honestly. Smart decision is when you know that I am, for example, a marketing professional. Now, I can write a very good content. So you will find companies wherein there are people who are working in that content space, right? There are many companies right now who are working in content space. It is not like you will go randomly in any company wherein because marketing person is needed everywhere, you will go everywhere. No, if you're good at content, you have to work for some company. Have you approached those companies? For example, if you're good in content, do you know that there is one very good company being recently funded by a very large ventures, Copy.ai. I'll just write it down. That is just one of an example, Copy.ai. It is an amazing content company. Do you know Pepper Content Company? There is a Pepper Content which specifically works in content. So that is a decision. So it's not like that you need a job. You are applying for a job just because of the sake of it. You because want a growth in your career. You have to find that which company does it, and that where a research lies. You do a lot of research on that thing, and reading helps in that a lot. So one thing which everyone says it's very difficult, how I started maintaining a reading habit is daily, just 20 pages. Define a specific time, no. Do it anytime, on phone, every time, just 20 pages a day. That's it. Okay, so develop a reading habit that will make you help in taking a smart decisions in your life and find your own niche. Okay. Okay. Now, how I found my niche. My journey has been tough, a little tough, because initially I did not make a smart decision, honestly, but eventually I learned to make a smart decision. I founded my own company and I'm now a social impact edtech entrepreneur. I have interacted with over 50,000 students and specifically mentored 50 students who I can say I have grown in last 5 years to that level that they could find their own life skills. They could all find their niche. But I was not initially started with that. I did not start with that. I was an instrumentation engineer, typically taken a IIT and triple exam and applied for good colleges, was got selected in a top premium IIT institution, went into instrumentation engineering. But when I did instrumentation, I was like, okay, I'm in among toppers. I want to go for a company, very good job in which I can apply instrumentation skills. But was I that happy just because I was earning? No. I worked there. I went to overseas as well. I got a very good experience. But one day, not one day, it was a process automatically. For 3 months, I was feeling like, no, this is not me. This is not me. This is not me. For 3 months, I continuously was working there overseas. I was in Dubai. I was in different Korea. I was in different locations. But did it give me happiness? No. It is not only about happiness. Were you internally satisfied? I definitely left my job for 6 months just to find my own niche. But you need not to do that. You can do it along with your job if you are working or along with your right now education that you are taking upon. You need not to be very hard on yourself. That's one thing that I have learned. Don't be hard on yourself when you are finding the process. But like you said, journey will always be boring. Will always be boring. So that journey, if you're slow now, you will not feel that journey is boring. Journey, when you feel journey is boring because you are taking towards end goal. If you're not thinking about end goal, for example, I wanted to become an edtech professional. I identified that in 6 months that I wanted to become an edtech professional. I want to do something for education. Now, you won't believe, but I took 30 interviews. See, imagine how difficult it would have been to take these 30 interviews, to go through the process, just to change my industry altogether, to enter into that industry, take 30 interviews and rejected by all of them, just being selected by last one. Because I was enjoying the process. Why? Yeah, focusing on efforts than goal, not only efforts, focus on process, that's it. Because how I did it, why I loved that time. Because when I started initially, I took initial interviews. I learned about EdTech altogether while taking the interviews. I believe that, okay, if I'm learning, eventually I will be able to land. But in these 30 interviews, I learned altogether. So you need to understand this process is difficult only because you feel that you are not learning. Are you gaining from everything? You need to learn that gain can not only be the goal, ultimate goal, that gain can be an individual improvement process. So you should admit that process is not boring, process is interesting when you feel that you're gaining something from everything. And don't let your expectation be like, I want this job to be 100% be land in my resume. No. Just make sure that you learn during that process. In these 30 interviews, I made sure that I learned all the skills of EdTech. I learned all the business analytics skills. I learned all the product management skills. I submitted a lot of long assessments. I went through all the 5-6 rounds of every interview. But the irony is, in the last company where I got selected, there was just one 20 minutes interview. That's it. I got selected. So that's how, when it is your niche, you are an owner of it, then you know everything, then you crack immediately, but you have to go through that process. I become an EdTech professional, and then after 2-3 years of experience, I became an EdTech entrepreneur, started my own company. Now I'm creating a social impact wherein I can help multiple students to find their own niche and to find what they love, to work upon things in education, not only just cramming the things, but to work towards themselves. Right? So we already did talk about how to make smart decisions. Again, yes, for example, in your case, applying to multiple profiles at times, but if you are taking real-time interviews, take as many as you can. Don't worry about if you got rejected by like few, but take as many as interviews you can. Just think that you are getting something. Okay. But every time you are taking your decision, you should know how I am taking this, why I am taking this, why is very important, why you are taking this decision. Okay. Then you will not be feeling like if it is successful, you will be happy. If it is not successful, you should also be happy. It is very difficult, but you should know that at least I have gained something. Now, one thing that I have done over the period of time, because there are multiple things that you do on a daily basis. Yes, sometimes failing makes you lose your confidence. Definitely, it is true. You lost your confidence. Everyone lose that confidence in the process. Nobody has reached to their goals by not losing their confidence. But when you lose your confidence, do you know that your end goal was never about winning? You should know that at least I have tried my 100%. Okay. When you lose a confidence, don't be hard on yourself. That's okay. Just go in your zone for some time. That's okay. And it is with everyone. Okay. So now, how to establish your SMART goals? What I have done is I use a tool, notion.so. I will write it down here, notion.so. It's an amazing tool wherein I have created a complete journey. That initially, like everyone used to tell me that you create your 10 years goal. Then you would be able to identify your first year goal. Initially, I thought that it's a waste of time. How can I identify 10 years goal? But when you find your niche, you would know that in 10 years, I want to create this much impact. So I create my yearly to-do list. And then from that yearly monthly to-do list, I actually do it on my notion.so. On a daily basis, I check box. For example, I know that in one day, I need to learn 10 skills. And that 10 skills can be like, I'm not good at piano, but I want to learn piano. I don't know why, but I want to learn piano. So it's my daily check to-do list. I want to read a book. I would keep it in a daily to-do list. How it would help me? Because it will help me gain more and more knowledge to establish my goals. So define your skills that you want to do. Okay. So for example, I want to reach to 10,000 plus students by in next 6 months. So that 10,000 students will not happen in one day, right? You have to go through a process. You have to create a daily checklist. So that's how you should create your establish your SMART goals. Great to know that one of you have said that you are a pianist. I'm still in a learning stage. That's great to know. Now, common mistakes that generally people do: refusing to do networking. How shy you are. It's not like that you should be very introvert or extrovert. You can still do networking. Okay. So, okay, it's good that you add your guitar. One of you said that you have a guitar. It's okay that you can add in your list and then slowly, gradually, you can start with that. So how you avoid a common mistakes? Now you see that you can be introvert, extrovert. It's not always that you have to be extrovert. When you say networking, it can happen in any way. Talk to a person. It can take a 1 month or a process. Go to their, in today's world, there are many ways to go on LinkedIn, do networking with people. But before networking, you should know why I'm doing it, of course. If you're just connecting just to increase your network, that doesn't make sense, because you are working in your niche. For example, you want to learn a content and you find a growth hacker in a community who is also in their learning stage. You want to learn from them. So you do a networking for that. Second, very important, avoiding feedback. Don't do that. Always get a feedback for few things: your resume, your speaking skills, your content writing skills, anything that you are very good at, you want to become good at. Daily feedback, create a checklist of daily feedback. Okay, I want to improve that. Don't hustle too much. Just one thing you need to focus upon. It's like a simple layman language, if I speak is, if you want to be very good at it something, you will not like, आप 10 जगह अपने गड्ढे नहीं खोदोगे, आप एक जगह 10 बार गड्ढा खोदोगे, right? To become good at it. But जब आप गड्ढा खोदोगे, every time you get a feedback by where I went wrong. Then you do it in different way. Then you do it in a different way. It is like that. Now, in a typical, while applying to multiple companies, if you want to apply, never apply with same single resume. Everyone do that. Don't do that. Every time find a connectivity. You have to connect the dots. Don't cut your corners on the research. Research about that company before applying. Research about the job description. Is it really meant for you? Research about the company culture. Does it add value to your system? Does it incline towards your value system? You need to do that. You do your proper research. Okay, so these 4 things you should really focus upon. Now, profile building. Now, one thing that I asked all of you, do everyone know that you are very good at your niche? Yes, you should apply and change your resume according to the company. Once you have identified your niche, in some cases you can apply with the same, but you cannot apply for different job description with the same resume. Now, when I ask you, all of you, a question that, do you know your niche? Do others know your niche? This is where profile building comes in play. And we call it a career playbook. A career playbook is wherein you tap opportunities through your resume, through your personal branding or something. Now, how you can do your profile building, how you can do your own branding. It's like it's a process and it takes generally a little bit of a time. But on a daily basis, if you're improving on something, you can share with people. So you can share through LinkedIn, you can share through Instagram, you can add it in your resume. Even if you don't want to share, you just add it in your resume, and later on when you apply, people would know that you have done this. But you have to do your profile building on a daily basis. It's a daily process. So for example, today you are a very good at, for example, if one of you said you are a very good at accountancy. So today I worked on something wherein you solved a problem statement. That is also kind of a branding you can do on it. You can write on LinkedIn about this, that you have solved this problem statement through your accountancy. And First of all, don't judge yourself that it is good or bad. It's a very basic thing. No, for you, it has been important. So just share it with world. It has always been like, do a minimalistic approach. Even if you do something minimal, share it with people. Don't worry, don't judge yourself before others judge you. You just we generally feel that others will judge me. No, we first judge ourselves. Don't do that. In branding, it doesn't work. Share. Okay. Now, these are few portals that you can keep in your mind, like Notion.so, which is mostly goal and time management. I use it on a daily basis. So you can use this, a very helpful tool. LinkedIn and Instagram for brand building. One of you have asked, what answer shall we give to your personal improvements area? Akshay, I have not understood your question. Personal improvement area. What exactly you are asking? I could not get you properly. So can you please write it down again in an elaborative manner? Can we? Yes, you will get this notes. You will even get a recording in a day or so. And this presentation will be uploaded in a portal for which I shared link initially, or in an application. And you can actually log in through your username and password and can access this PPT. Akshay, please type your question. I'll go through further and then we'll answer your question. Okay. So Canva is one. So Canva will help you create your own brand building, create your post. It's very easy, very easy. So on a daily basis, for example, you have done something good, create a post on it. It's very easy. Upload it on the platform, social media platforms. You can do it. Career Set Karo is one of the portfolio building platform wherein whatever you have done in your entire life, you can just upload through pictures. It is not like an Instagram or a LinkedIn. Herein mostly you share your portfolio. Now there's some job platforms. What job platforms do you guys already know? Where, like, generally what kind of a platforms then you go generally while you apply? Naukri, it's very old, I would say. What other portals then you generally go through? LinkedIn, Indeed, Internshala. Internshala is for internship, not for jobs. Indeed, in interview, the interviewer. Okay, Akshay, you have posted your question. LinkedIn, okay. So for that question, in what way we should give answer that the interviewer did not find our weaknesses or any other? Okay, that's a very tricky question, Akshay. So see, you have asked that what are your personal improvement area? Because they are going to find your weaknesses. Trust me, initially when I was a fresher, I always was worried why to share my weaknesses, because I was already not aware of my weaknesses. When you are not aware of your weakness, then you are worried to share with others. That generally happens in a business. Okay, you don't want to share your weakness with your competitor. That happens in a fights, that happens in a boxing fights, not in a professional world. Weakness means, for example, you are a weak or something monster. I don't understand what. Okay, monster. Okay, job portal. Okay, I was relating it to Akshay's question. Any which ways. So coming back to the weakness point, weakness is, for example, when I'm stuck. For example, when I'm researching a lot, I generally research a lot, and it consumes a lot of time. But I want to end to a final conclusion before binding my things out, before concluding it. But it generally takes a lot of time. So I might miss my deadline, or I might need to overwork. So this is the way then you say. It is a weakness, but it is also a positive thing. So whenever you want to answer, just answer. It's kind of a diplomatic answer, but you also say that you are improving, but it's not something that you want to improve initially, because it will help you gain more and more knowledge. You are in initially fresher state. So when someone asks you what is your weakness, find one thing that is your strength, because that at times is also a weakness. So answer it in that way, but share always a weakness. It's never a bad process. They would know you. They just want to know, are you mindful about it? They just don't want to tap your weakness, honestly. They just want to know you, are you mindful about it? And are you aware about it? That's the biggest thing that you should know. I have been told to be blunt even if you are lying while interviewing. You are saying, Shubham, means that you should be blunt. That's what an advice you got. Okay, be blunt. Okay, don't be harsh, honestly. Because HR is also a person that they want to hire you. They want to connect with you. Be mindful about you. When you are mindful, you are not blunt. You're not harsh on other person. Blunt means, for example, they say that can you manage a 1 or 2 days early to talk to your previous manager, or maybe you can join 10 days earlier. So if you say, no, I cannot join this 10 days earlier, I want to be very blunt about it. No, you can state in a different manner. Don't be harsh about it. Just say that I would try my best to do that, but there are few things, if I would be joining, then I will not be able to focus on it. So now you're mindful about it. Don't be blunt. Don't be harsh about it. Okay. So now all of you have mentioned few portals like LinkedIn, Internshala, Indeed, Naukri. Now you might not know, but there are other portals. Hirist is a very good portal. You can identify a lot of jobs. It's very, very easy to use while you apply. And there are many jobs there. IMJobs is one of the portal. I have not mentioned in this presentation, but IMJobs is the one. Angel.co. If you want to apply to startups, Angel.co is the one. Me too. Everyone, just I have mentioned IMJobs. Okay. One of you have mentioned I am hardworking, but sometimes it becomes my weakness because when I get into some work, I go all the way to and forget everything. Okay. Forget the work, other things, I guess you meant, right, Aditya? That happens. Yes, that has happened to me as well. But for that, I have taken, there is one skill I would tell you. Yeah, there is one skill I would tell you. There is one German philosopher that person, that was a very normal person. That was never a famous person. What he used to do, whatever he was doing, he just did not want to consume in his mind. He did not want that thing to consume his mind. Because when the thing is in your memory, in your surface memory, then it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of mind energy to do even a single task that you are working upon. So it is always good that he always used to take a note of everything. He used to write it in, there was a one slip box. Slip box is a terminology that people generally use. It has been very helpful for me, honestly. It has improved my project management skills as well. And I don't now forget things because there is a timing to it. So in a slip box, he used to write his tasks. So these are the things that generally I want to work upon. And this is my priority that I want to work upon. And he forget about things. And he was like, no, I won't pick it until I'm done on this work. And he has defined a time for this particular task. Okay, I will finish it in. If I am not finishing it in this line, my other task will be affected that I want to pick from slip box. Now he is not remembering those things. Like you have already forgotten those things. It's good to forget because it is not consuming your space of mind to focus on the energy that you want to apply on a single task. Okay, and it is good. But maintain a slip box and under a slip into it, pick it up when you want to use that. And create a hard stop for every task. When you are not creating a hard stop, it means you are already applying a lot of energy in one task and it will give you that much impact only, 20%. 80-20 rule, if you have heard a book about it, 80-20 rule, it is all about that. That your 20% of an effort give you 80% of a result. And vice versa, 80% of some wasteful result give you 20% of an effort. 20%, 80% of a large effort give you 20% of a result. It's vice versa. So create a hard stop for everything. When you define time, that has worked for me. For example, I have defined time for my yoga skills. So I want to learn yoga. I have defined कि मुझे आधा घंटा ही करना है. Daily लेकिन आधा घंटा consistent करना है. Right? So you have to define time for yourself. Okay, I hope I have answered your query. Now, note down these portals. Hirist, Angel.co is a very good portal. It's easy to apply. Going forward, your job search guide. One thing that you should really learn is your interview and email etiquettes. So interview etiquette is like to be very even mindful of answers that you are going. Prepare in front of mirror. Everyone would say, and it is true. If everyone says that, it is true. Prepare before you're going to into an interview. Email etiquettes. In further sessions also, you will learn exactly email templates that you should use. You know, there was a person that person, I forgot the name. That person emailed around, Zomato founder. You read a story about that person. So Dipinder Goyal, that person used to write a cold emails like to unknown person initially when he founded his company Zomato. These cold emails. But whenever he used to write those emails, he was writing it from his heart. And he was very mindful about it. So email etiquettes are very important. Even if you don't know that person, you are applying for a job and you don't know who that person is. I don't know. I can write in a simple statement. No. Be very mindful about a sentence that you are writing. So he got his first investor from that cold email. So that is how you should do. Email etiquettes in today's world are very important. So now domain specific interview questions. So we in further sessions, you will also know a domain specific interview questions. We will type all the interview questions for you, frequently asked interview questions, general interview questions, how you should do it. There will be, you find all of that in your dashboard, in your login, and in future sessions as well, you would know how to do it. Soft skills and personal branding, we did talk about it a little bit. In further sessions, you would know details of it, how you would do your personal branding. Okay. There will be few mentors that will be interacting with you, like me. There will be other mentors in further sessions. These will be domain experts. These are the personality experts. These are the industry experts. There are many 80+ experts that we have that you will be interacting with. Now, there is one mantra that I want all of you to know. Mantra of designing your life. The exact statement you should keep in your mind. When you remember that you are always playing the infinite game of becoming more and more yourself, not becoming like others, becoming more and more of yourself, and designing how to express the amazingness of you into the world, means expressing your niche into the world, expressing yourself, then you can't fail. Honestly, you will ultimately reach your goal, but design your life in a way that you are becoming more and more yourself, not like others. Because people don't want a replica of people. People want the real you, your amazingness, and everyone has that tendency, that single trait that they are very good at, and it's a proven model everywhere. Even some companies hire just because of those traits. They want that real person into their company because they want a real skill into the company, not a just copied skill. But it is not like that real skill cannot be in a different people. It can be in a multiple people at a time. Yes, Shubham, it is not about winning. Yes, I'm very glad that you have understood that. So please keep that in your mind. And further sessions are also going to be like that, to make yourself find your niche, to not just apply to job, to connect the dots, to connect with the world, to even connect with the third person that you don't even know. Okay, this is a game. This is the entire game of Instagram, Netflix, everything that we access on a daily basis. So that is an Act 2 session. I hope all of you have liked the session. I hope this has changed a little bit of your life. I would be very glad. Amit, you have a query that my password is changed on ImaginXP. I did not change my password. What you can do, Amit, you can reach out to your coordinator. They will surely help you. Tomorrow we will send a message to everyone, and every one of you can receive that message, log in with your username, password. We will also give you an email ID wherein you have to reply if you are facing any issue. Yes, Shubham, I will be there in this program altogether. If you have any queries, we always can connect. I need, yes, Venkat, please tell me what advice you would need. Thank you so much, Rose. I'm glad to know that. Yes, Venkat, what is your question? You want to become an accountant? That's nice. You have a really good pedigree, Shubham. Sorry, Venkat, that you have done an MBA finance. Yes, that's really nice. You surely definitely can become an accountant. In fact, have you heard of our exam CFA? Not just CA. Everyone, meanwhile, I'm taking these queries. There is one form that I have shared. Please mark your attendance in this session, which will be shared with your coordinator to know that you were there in the session. Acha, Venkat, your target is CFA. Yes, okay, that's great. But there are 3 levels, you know, right? And it cannot be achieved in 1 year. And that's very good that you have actually set a very good goal for yourself and you become a universal accountant then. So it takes 3 years to achieve that. Generally, some people can take in 2 years as well, but not in 1 year. So there are 3 levels. I guess you already would know that there are 3 levels to achieve. But for every level, are you taking any coaching already or you are not? If you also want to connect on a portal also you can connect, but if it is a small message, I can immediately advise you something. So what is your thing that you want to know? That's okay. If you feel knowledge is not sufficient, you have already reached to that stage of a self-awareness, and generally it happens. If you want to learn for a CFA, I would advise, because it's a very tough exam to crack, but at the same time, a journey is beautiful. Few of my friends have already cracked the course. What they have done is they have taken initially for 6 months to read fewer of our finance books, to get accountancy books, mainly general traditional books. On a daily basis, they would read a lot of traditional accountancy books, because to enter into that world, eventually they took a 6 months of a coaching, and that 6 months of a coaching, they generally prepared altogether for a CFA exam. And honestly, in first go, they did not clear, but you have to definitely take a coaching for CFA exam if you don't have sufficient knowledge. Sure, Venkat, we can. So after this session, there is a portal link that we will share with you. Once we do that process, I will also share my email ID here. Every one of you can email at any time. Okay. So Aditya, this generally you understand in a one session also, you might take another sessions also. There are 5-week session continuously that we have arranged all together, total 10 sessions in 5 weeks. So you generally can understand campus to corporate program in few third, fourth session as well. It is like how much you are reading about yourself also on the dashboard that we have prepared for you. So you should read there, you should ask as much as questions. In the dashboard itself, there is one portion. I will just log in and show you immediately so that every one of you understand. So this is a link that I've shared. There will be an app as well. So you also can ask question anytime in your idea space, like ask an expert. You can type here. We will make sure that on a daily basis, we answer your queries. So generally, whatever queries you have, you can ask. This is a campus to corporate readiness program wherein the presentation, daily presentation, content, interview guide will be there. Personality aptitude, you can prepare. English communication, if you feel I want to prepare for English communication, that you can prepare. So from tomorrow onwards, you have to log in into the portal, and at right side, if you see, this is a session scheduled for you for tomorrow, which is at 7 to 8 p.m. So you need to join it from here in your quick links, and on mobile app as well, you can access this dashboard. So I hope this has been good for you. It has been good for me as well, interacting with all of you, and really, really all the best for all of you. Thank you, everyone. I'm signing off with this good mood. Thank you. Thank you so much.